Drive Safe Dave. We are honored, truly honored to have Gene here with us. And we're not going to, yeah, and Craig, I know, can't leave Craig alone.
Gene is the true honor recipient. Craig, it's good you're chauffeuring Gene around. How's that, right?
Yeah, we're having a good time here at TCA.
It's awesome.
So you know what, when you have a driver at the TCA, okay, and we're going to go into why he's here to begin with, you know what? Gene can't let him out of his sight. Craig won't let him out of his sight. He's like,
why would you? Why? There's guys. They're all over here looking. Craig's. When's that dude leaving?
Oh man, but we are here because Gene was nominated one of 3 Independent Operator of the Year award.
That's right.
Wow, big one, brother. Congrats.
That's huge. First of all, I was an independent operator. How do you get that award? Because I don't know why they didn't call me.
Because I told lots of stories.
I do. Wait a minute. I've told quite.
I got a feeling that, Dave, that you got to do something right, all right?
Yeah, okay.
And you all know that I talked to Craig and Gene about that. So Drive Safe Dave, he was one of our first drivers, and he has done every job that we have, including now a BCB Live thing, because he hasn't been good at any of
Yeah,
them.
that's
We
right.
keep moving him around.
I'm still here. I'm still hanging on. They're trying to find the right spot for me.
Hey,
Gene,
Craig, how did this happen? How did he get even nominated
Yeah.
for Independent Operator of the Year?
So Gene was nominated for the Independent Operator of the Year by our safety manager, Scott Gronwaller, there at the office in Grand Island. So, you know, he recognized that, you know, this was a great opportunity to get some recognition in for some drivers that are on the national stage, right? It's a big event. And what better place to try to showcase somebody that's got the kind of qualities and things that Gene Houchin possesses.
100% agree
All right,
with that.
now we have Gene, right? The one of 3 independent operators. I'm talking in the country for this award. Gene, what makes you, what's that it factor for you to get this?
That stands behind you no matter what. I mean, we've had good times, bad times, just like everybody else is a normal person will have, you know. And I started driving in 73. We got married in 74. Poor gal's still here, and I'm still in training. You know, she's a super woman. And we've just tried to be ourselves. I was taught by an independent. They took a chance on me. I worked in an elevator. He said, I checked up on you, and you're of age now, and you could actually go ahead and I can get you a driver's.
Wow.
So would you like to drive for me? I knew how to back a truck. I knew how to do it. I played with the elevators. So we went and got my driver's license and come back, and it was all kind of funny because one time, well, when we started, I made 2 trips to Des Moines. He had a 72 Kenworth with a 4x4 air in it. It's easy. Yeah, I crawled up my, says, go practice. And I looked down, it's got 2 sticks. I had to whistle at him, so what do I do with these 2 damn things? So,
Twin stick.
yeah, he kind of told me what to do, and it all went to there. When you got father and son like them, they were behind us, and I had good teachers, and that's all it takes, the people that surround you.
I want to talk about that for a second, because when it comes to other drivers out there, you know, I do believe this, is that we owe it to them. And I'm saying we, people like yourself that have done it the right way, we've got to continue to train that younger group. What are you seeing right now with that younger group out there driving?
Well, I worry about them some, because them son, you know, how do you take, it's hard. They want to do these 19, 20-year-olds. 20-year-olds, you still got to get started somewhere, and they haven't really had the experience in their cars. They think, okay, it's a big truck, and I can't say too much because I got a 20-year-old grandson that's out driving a truck right now for a farmer. But he said to Grandpa, he said, I need you to help me learn how to back up a little better. But he's out there trying. It's not an easy job. When I first started, you started sun up and might quit at sundown, or you might quit at sun up the next morning. You never know what's going to happen. We've changed a lot all over all these years, and I've seen a lot of good things, but the kids have to remember that this ain't easy. It's not a PUD job like they think. I just get in and I drive it and I get there and I'm done.
Yeah. And you know what? And then and then you have the period where you're away from the family, away from the kids. Hey, Craig, when it comes to managing that side of the business, I mean, what kind of emphasis do you guys put on to make sure that you're getting the drivers back home, to make sure that you're taking care of their needs, you know, because they're just like us, right? I mean, they got to put their kids through college. They want to pay their bills. They want to pay the groceries. All of these things, there's no different from a driver than it is from us. And what do you do to make sure that folks like Gene are getting home and all of that?
So, you know, when we started our company, I started it myself, you know, with one truck back in the early 90s. And so when I focused on growing the company, you know, I wanted it to be the way I wanted a truck. I wanted to be home once a week at least, you know, so family was important. Culture is important for the family. And I mean, it's a tough job, you know. I mean, the drivers are out, they're away from home. So it's not a very popular scenario to start with. But we're a regional carrier, so we'll run 700 miles or, you know, give or take from the home front. And so we're able to get our guys back in on a weekly basis.
Tell us the name of the company?
Midwest Express out of Grand Island, Nebraska.
Probably always looking for a good, safe driver, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your next Gene.
We're looking for the next Gene, you bet. so to get him out in front of people like, you know, right here, you know,
sir.
To get him in front of the young folks, you know.
Amen,
yeah,
for sure.
That's what we need.
Gene, so as a hero, truly, in this country, what is it about driving that you still love the most? I'm just curious. There's got to be something that you still love about doing it every day.
People.
The people.
People make it all. I mean, you've always got good people, bad people, but you got 95% or better that's really good. I mean, Craig took a jump on me all through a friend. You know, a friend of mine told me he was looking for someone to run for him and stuff like that. Well, this guy, him and I had run a lot miles together back in the early up through 79, I suppose. We talked together all the time, even for all those years. And then I stopped in and visited I visited. Craig happened to be gone. So poor old Dennis and Doug, his brother-in-law, had to speak up for me, I guess. And they said, well, you know, are you really? Yeah. He says, when do you want to start? And I said, as soon as my permits expire at the end of the year, and that's when I started for Craig, and that's been over 6 years ago.
Wow, awesome. And if I remember right, you run an automatic truck today.
Automatic
Talk
today.
to me about it, because you know what? We hate automatic. You know, I got to be able to
13 speed. I'm not doing this.
Well, I got a 13 speed. It's just, it does all this brain work for me. I don't have to concentrate anymore.
Okay.
No,
Stay off that clutch.
well, I had to learn how to do dance steps, because there's no clutch over there to get in the way, you know, so you can move around. No, it's different. I mean, it's supposed to get better fuel mileage, all this and that. I had mine set up with a progressive that wasn't quite the way I wanted it, so then I had to change to a performance shifting. So it shifts just a little faster. I get over the hills a little earlier, and I got better fuel mileage out of it that way. I still miss the shifting and stuff like that. I mean, shoot, I'm 71 years old, and all I know is, is this. I've worked in dispatch for a little bit when I had a stomach operation, stuff like that. And then, you know, and then this guy right here, him and his wife and safety man, I had to have a neck operation. And who was there that night? These three.
Yeah, that's
Craig, his wife, and them.
So let me ask you a quick question, Craig, and as we talk to Gene, how many of these guys should we really be celebrating this every day? I mean, Gene's a great example, but there are literally tens of thousands we should be celebrating.
Absolutely. We should be celebrating each and every one of our truckers. I mean, we said the word earlier, heroes. You know,
Absolutely.
They're essential workers out here, and they're making sure the shelves are full and that folks are eating, you know. So,
Yeah.
absolutely. We should be celebrating each and every one of them.
Couldn't be said better, I tell you.
No, there's no doubt about it. And one thing we want to make sure that we do, and for you out there, our drivers, listen, it's okay to tell others what it is you do. It's
Yes.
okay to be a hero. It's okay to take that humble card and put it aside for a second, because we've got to hear your stories. You know, there's so many times, guys, we see it on the billboards, on the news. You know, the big truck did this. You want to make an extra paycheck? Call me, the hammer, and I'll make it happen for you. No. Y'all are on the road, y'all avoid so many things. You are the driver. You say it better than anybody. You're a Class A, right?
Yeah, you're the Class A. You're the professionals. You're
Yes.
the NBA players, the NFL
Yes,
players, and
the best
and
of the
best
best.
of the best. You don't have a C license. Everybody else out there has an average driver's license. You know, all the drivers out there have an A license. They made an A on the test, and in reality, there's so much more expected of them, so much more demanded of them, so much more that is required of them, and they come through every single day doing the things that need to be done. And I'm telling you, we've talked long enough about humility. We've talked long enough about how bad this industry is. It's about time we see the great things that drivers
Thank
do.
you.
We talk
For
about
sure.
the great things that
Yep.
drivers do, and we celebrate Gene and what he does and why he's a nominee for the Contractor of the Year. Well deserved. Well deserved. Congratulations,
Yeah, for sure.
Gene.
Hey, Gene, we want to thank you for that, for sure.
I only got one other thing to say. You know, it's really good. I was going to quit one time, and I went in for an interview. And one of the questions was, well, you drive a truck, Gene. He says, how are you going to handle being, everybody looking out over your shoulder to make sure, how can you do that? I sat there a second, and I said, well, I got not only the company watching what I'm doing, I got our safety men, I got the highway patrol, I got the DOT, I got all the people out here in the United States watching. I got
Yeah, you
shipper,
brought your wife.
Yeah, you
up.
brought your wife into the mix.
and I got the chauffeur and that. And, that poor lady, she beats me over the back all the time there, and she says, I'm going to keep you straight, but it's a wooden spoon on the head.
Bam! Wake up call. I'll tell you
No.
what, we're out here at the TSA. We've got a lot of people to meet, bunch of people to bring in here, talk about, mention, and do stuff like here with Gene. Gene, thank you so much for coming in here. Craig, thanks for bringing him up here and nominating me.
I appreciate what you do.
Thank
man.
you.
Fantastic, man. I appreciate
This
it.
is a hero right here, folks. This is what heroes look like. Hey, we'll be right back with more BCB Live. You got to say the safest station in the nation.
Safest station in the nation.
Bam!